Imagine waking up every day for the last couple of years and seeing the image of this content creator in your recommended videos. And you decide to have a click, you want to take a look-see, and what you find is that this is a person with a lot of opinions based on morality. Like, I as an individual, believe it or not, I don't really like to share this quite often, but as an atheist, I do go to church occasionally. It's because my wife likes to go to church, and, I respect her wishes, so, I go to church, I don't catch fire, but what I did notice is that the priest at the church moralizes less than this particular content creator. No, this content creator has a lot of opinions on how people should behave and the way they should conduct themselves, and he casts moral judgment on some people that fails to conduct themselves in such a way. Like, he sets standards for society, Which is good, I guess, but, how is he capable of doing it? I'm really curious. Why is his vision for society superior than others? And I guess maybe it's the numbers, right? Maybe the people that follow him empower his arguments. I don't know. But anyway, that's my thoughts on this particular content creator, and I just moved on until one day I realized that someone managed to get him to shut up. There was this video trending on X, and he had something in his mouth which made him incapable of speaking. And so I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, what am I looking at, right? Why is this a thing? Why are we witnessing this grotesque video? Which got to the point where people were discussing, oh, if you watch the video, you're gay. If you didn't watch it, you're straight. It's like, no, I don't care about that. It's just like, now it's seared onto my brain. It's some knowledge that I wish I wouldn't have. It's not like I'm going to watch it again. It didn't cause me much pleasure, but it's the internet, I guess, right? It is what it is. I genuinely, initially I felt bad for him, because, it's a recording of you doing something private in the public space. I felt bad for him until I find out that many such recordings exist. It's not just that. And some of the other recordings, they even have, a name attached to it. It's called revenge pornography. Apparently, it's illegal. And the thing is, it wasn't always the case. It's the feminist ideology that pushed for this legislation to pass. And this legislation means that if you share someone's pictures in their private moments without their consent, you're committing a crime. Now, I remember back in the day when the conversation about this happened, Destiny was on the other side. I was somewhere in the middle because, on one hand, I understand why it needs to be criminalized. But on the other hand, I also thought that there should be some level of social stigma towards people who record these types of things. Because my grandma never had problems with anyone leaking her photos, And do you know why? Because she had no such photos to begin with. It seems that the generation of my grandma didn't have this problem. They fixed the issue. And the way they fixed the issue is that people didn't take photography or any type of recordings during their private moments. But now I guess people, they do. And so, my take was yeah, sure, if someone shares something like that, it should definitely be a crime. However, why isn't there social stigma for people taking videos and pictures of them doing that sort of thing? Why isn't there some social awareness? Do you know how many cases I have heard where, a woman gives a lewd photo to her boyfriend, and then the boyfriend just sells the phone? Right? He buys a new phone. He just sells it. And then you find out that the guy who buys it now is the proud owner of CP. Why? Because the girl was 17. Or something like that. So many cases that could be fixed with a little bit more education. A little bit more public awareness. It's hey, if you're a teenager, don't take lewd photos and send them to your boyfriend. No matter what you're thinking, don't do that. Hey, even if you're an adult, perhaps, don't record it. Don't send it. Because you never know. The phone can get hacked. The thing, just don't. Decent people don't do that. And by the way, I'm not a person against pornography or anything like that, because that's a different subject. Even when it comes to OnlyFans, the women are aware that those photos are going to be exposed to the internet, so, they know what they're doing. But, what I'm talking about is, other people who want to maintain privacy and making certain moves that, to me, make absolutely no sense. It's like, if you want to maintain privacy, why are you leaving the door to your house open? Why are you putting your keys in plain sight? Why are you leaving your car with the wallet on the window? You know, type like that is a good question to ask. And so, like, my question is, like, why are so many people taking photos of themselves and then giving it to others? And why is there no conversation around that? Again, like, the people who do that, who make public images, should definitely be arrested. I'm not even questioning that. But what I am questioning is, why isn't there education or some level of social stigma towards the people that keep taking pictures of themselves, especially teenagers? Again, oftentimes in the newspapers, you find out, oh, the person was 16 or 17, sent lewd pictures to her boyfriend. Turns out that's considered CP. Do people even know this? Like, are they even aware? And I'm not talking about the teenagers, I'm wondering about the parents. Because this is a problem with parenting. Like, are they aware of the legislation? Are you aware that your teenagers may do something like this and then get in trouble with the law and get arrested and shit, and your name gets tarnished? Huh? Well, apparently Destiny didn't seem to be very much aware. He had a lot of public appearances where he treated this subject casually. So this is how you'd basically prove that you're a good boy. That you didn't do anything. So, okay, is he guilty or not in the eyes of the law, right? Not the eyes of public opinion, the eyes of the law. Is he going to go to jail or pay a fine, whatever the punishment for something like this is? Depends. Like, this is actually a very complex case. It's not a slam dunk. Because if Destiny himself would have released the photos, even that would be a little bit iffy, because he could say, well, yeah, but, like, she gave me permission. Like, obviously, that's why we recorded it. So, like, when we recorded it, she was fine with the recording, and the idea was that we will share it. And then, again, you know, it's not a slam dunk. I'm not saying that he won't be charged for it. I'm saying that it's going to be up to the jury. Right? So, like, even in the case where he himself would have the link sharing it. But if you're talking about a third party sharing it, then the conversation becomes even more complex. Because he can claim that he got hacked, or he can claim that he had permission to share it with one person, and if there are logs, if there is a single log which gives him permission to share it with even one person, one single person, then he can say, well, yeah, but, like, I didn't share it to anyone else. That person may have shared it. Right? So you can see how the case is becoming complex. However, if more accusations come against him, like if other people come up, and they're basically saying, yeah, no, he shared mine as well, yeah, this is a pattern of behavior, then that would go in his favor. But still, even in this complex case, it can swing either way. Like, up until now, we don't know what evidence is going to be brought, we don't know what his claim is, like what his defense is. But a lot of people that think that this is going to be a slam dunk, like it's going to be over, the only way it's going to be like that if he actually admits to the charges. Like, if he doesn't try to contest anything that's brought against him, or if he tries to settle with her, like, I don't know in this case, regarding crimes like this, like revenge, if it's allowed to settle outside of court, right? So, like, he pays her a sum and she goes away. Like, if that's the case, you know, that may make it go away. But other than that, will it affect Destiny's brand? See, this is the thing. Like, when you're asking, does it affect a person? The question is, like, who is hoisting this person up? Like, if this was a right-winger that's being hoisted up by very Christian individuals and stuff, yeah, I mean, something like this would immediately make him lose support. Like, people would just unsubscribe. In the case of Destiny, an individual that does promote the way that right-wingers use now, a degenerate lifestyle, right? Like, open relationships, he's openly bisexual, he does all these things. And so, like, people are used to this level of behavior. But at the same time, I don't even know if they are willing to go this far. Because, you know, being a good ally, right? Like a feminist ally, which was the vogue in 2018, but, like, we're not there now. If this was 2018, he would be canceled, by the way. Like, no doubts about it. Like, just the accusations alone. But we're in 2025, right? And so maybe they will believe his version where he gets to say, well, I shared it with one other person, like I got permission to share it with another person, and they shared it more. So if they believe that, they will stick around with him. But we'll see. I mean, the thing with Destiny is that, as I mentioned, I've been watching him for a while, and he managed to get out of many controversies. But this is like the first one that takes it to the legal courts, right? Like, this is a legal controversy, and this is going to be a lot more difficult to change than to sway the public's opinion in your favor. But the thing with criminal accusations is that, well, it does benefit the person getting accused because you gotta prove it beyond the shadow of a doubt. And in his situation, there are a lot of wiggle rooms that he can take. It's going to be depending on what lawyer is he getting, how good is the lawyer, we'll see. Still, very interesting. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.